Hello. My name's Lyndon.
Nice to meet you.
My name's Lyndon Rufus Winters, and this is Damsels in Dicestress. Campaign 1, Demons and Daughters, where 3 Regency girls Regency the demons. Regency. Fun fact, Morne was born in 1840.
Morne discovered that. Yeah.
Morne.
That's so,
Edit that out, make me look
that's
smart.
so Viscount Core. Do you remember when I told him about prime numbers?
Oh yeah.
And he was telling you about prime numbers.
Yeah. The Viscount has stolen facts from Agatha before.
Yeah, canon.
Canon.
It is canon.
That is
It
canon.
He just sat in the carriage and unprompted he was like, I've been thinking about prime numbers.
No, you have not, you bitch.
Speaking of cannons,
That's the crow.
that's bludgeoning damage.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Demons and Daughters. Thank
What
you
if
for
Talia
being
just
here.
has voice like this the whole time now?
I don't think anyone would take that seriously.
Nobody takes her seriously
Well,
anyway.
your demon voice was going to be like that. Anyway.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Jackie.
Recap.
No, it was only last week.
Alright.
Nothing happened. People talked a lot.
I cried.
You had an impromptu
always
therapy
Me
session
too.
with your demoness
Always do.
mummy.
It wasn't therapy, she was mean.
I'm going to kill her.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Good luck with that.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Knock, knock, knock.
Intro.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
You know what? We're not going to have an intro this week.
I mean, Taya read it, so like,
No.
the intro's already in it.
Oh,
Do what I want.
no. And we're back. Knock, knock, knock. The door opens. A man you don't recognize because you killed the last one opens the door.
Why are you laughing?
Yes, may I help you, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh no, we would have told Richard to wait in the carriage.
So he's just in the carriage outside.
Or like wait outside.
He's
Like
definitely
he's
standing on the street then.
yeah, but like he's not coming with us.
Yes, ladies.
We're here to see Miss Penhallow.
Oh, very good. You must be the friends.
Yes.
Please, she's expecting you. Come this way. Through here.
Would you have told them that you're expecting us?
It doesn't really matter. He says what he says.
Okay.
Through to the drawing room here. Please, may I get you anything to eat or drink to make yourselves comfortable?
I think we're okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. I will inform the mistress that you are here.
Does he like...
And then he leaves.
Oh, he's like a Viscount Seth.
Anyway.
Does he lead us to the room or does he just tell us
He's
to go there?
taking you to the drawing. Sit down and make yourselves comfortable.
That's what I thought. I mean, I'm not going to sit, but I'll stand over
Please
by
do
the
sit
fireplace.
and just. So he backs out, closes the door. You hear it lock. I'm joking. You're back in the library again, continuing more awkward conversations. And there's a sort of polite tap tap. I believe acquaintances of Miss Bronton, no, Miss Penhallow are here. I've put them in the drawing room for now.
Thank you.
Of course, you should go and see your friends.
Thank you. And I will leave.
We'll continue this later.
And I stand in the hallway for a minute to try and get my thoughts in some sort of order because of last time I saw them and everything that might have happened since.
Just breathe, darling, she says over your shoulder.
And I will go into the drawing room.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I see you both wearing black.
Yep.
Was everything all right? I tried to help.
We saw. How,
I'll explain when I can. Perhaps here is not the best place.
Right.
She didn't come into the room with me, did she? Okay. But I think I'm starting to become aware now that she can just enter rooms silently whenever. So, yeah, I'm being careful. What? Why?
Last night went well, we
both
think, but
if either of you are hurt or anyone, I can. If anybody needs to be healed.
it's a little too late for somebody to be healed. But it wasn't last night. We went to the Velvet Masquerade and somebody threw a brick through the window and...
What's going on in Agatha's face?
What do you mean?
Like, I want to know what Agatha looks like right now.
Make an insight check.
Just because you've not said anything, but that's awful, that's 6, so I guess I can't tell.
I just look like I'm staring off into space then.
Okay.
They went out.
No.
People with guns or...
What?
Thomas didn't make it.
Agatha? And I'll just go up and I'm just going to hold Agatha really hard while I try and make sense of that.
That's why last night.
I understand now. I'm so sorry. Agatha, I'm so sorry. I should have been there. Is everybody else unharmed?
I believe so.
Relatively.
He's currently at Eunice, and we're going to hold a memorial.
Yes.
For him.
Yes. When?
Today, I think.
Hopefully.
I'll be there. I have to be. He's out at the moment. And, there's...
Would you be able to leave with us?
I'm not sure. There's somebody else.
I think we don't know what time, but we sort of said as soon as possible.
If I leave with you now, I can be back in time for dinner. I'm sure nobody can object. We'll go. Nobody has set any impositions on my freedom, so...
And you don't have to ask anyone, or... tell someone?
I don't know.
Can I smell that there's a demon in the house?
That's a really good question.
Because I could smell after everything at the cobbler's. You said that it like smelt familiar and like similar to that. So would I be able to tell that she's in the house? Or like that there's something in the house?
Make a perception check. Although I feel like this would be more... No, yeah, just make a perception check.
Perception with advantage because it's smelling. Rubbish. 12.
You can smell the wood from the fires. You can smell yesterday's old wine sitting in a cup in a corner that's been missed. You can smell the carpets. You can smell soap.
That's it.
Yeah, but it does occur to you that you've never usually been able to smell all of this at once before.
Okay. Like it's stronger than it should be, or just that like I might be getting more sensitive?
Yeah.
Okay.
To one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
I should ask, I think, but I'm afraid that if I do, I may not be allowed to go alone. He has employed somebody to chaperone me at all times.
Surely they would... I don't know.
It's a little more complicated than that, though. But
It is.
I suppose if I leave without telling, I may never be allowed to leave again, so perhaps I ought to. I would rather be there than risk. Give me a moment. I'll go back out towards the library.
Sure.
Is she in there?
Yes, she's just sitting. How are your friends, darling?
Not very well at all, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
I-
Did last night's little adventures not go well for
Oh, they said that most of them were indeed unharmed, and it was somebody very close to us passed away yesterday before any of that, and they're having a funeral today, and I really ought to be there.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that. And of course, we'll leave at once.
Forgive me, madam, if it is naive, but could not, for the sake of everybody's privacy, would it not be safer for me to go alone?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. No, we'll leave it out. Just a persuasion check.
Okay, nice. Can't do maths, 23.
23.
I promise I'll be back before dinner and I won't do anything to draw attention to myself.
You make a persuasive argument. But I am employed to be your chaperone. I will keep myself at a respectable distance. But if something were to happen to you on my watch...
I can assure you, madam, I shall be very safe with those I'll be going with.
In Ratcliffe. It just would not be. Very well.
They're more capable than they appear.
As I can't wait to meet them.
All right, then. Thank you.
Of course. Do you need to get changed into something more suitable?
I have no morning clothes.
Very well. And your dress just changes into a black one.
Thank you. I shall go and inform them then, and I believe they will wish to leave as soon as possible.
Of course.
I'll come back. Is she letting me go alone to see them? Or is she coming with me now?
She's come with you now. So you head down the stairs into the drawing room. From your guys' perspective, Rosalind comes back in a new dress. But it's an identical dress, it's just a different colour. And behind her comes a tall woman with blonde hair tied back tightly behind her. He's sort of very strong, angular cheekbones and chin, sort of slightly sunken cheeks, sharp blue eyes, very erect. Word.
Good
Right.
posture.
Posture, yes. And you heard her coming through the tap, tap, tap of heels on the floorboards.
Miss Thorncroft has allowed that I may go and she will stay at a respectable distance.
I'm terribly sorry for your loss, dears.
Can I roll insight on her?
Sure.
Straight off the bat.
Can I smell her now?
Yeah, you go up to her and smell. Yeah, you don't need to ask permission, you just smell people.
You were just like,
No, but like now that we're... You go first.
21.
Okay. Do you want to smell her?
Well, I just want to know if like it's something like if I would be...
if the smells in the room have changed when
Yeah.
she entered.
Because I feel like she smells...
She's stinky.
She's stinky demon.
Stinky.
Roll a perception check.
Rubbish. 9.
Cool. She smells of a Regency perfume. I can't think of anything because I don't know anything about nothing. 21, did you say?
Yeah. Just like the vibe that she's giving off.
The vibe that you pick up is that this is a strong-willed woman. She looks very smart. You can see in her eyes that she's taking everything in. But nothing particularly untoward.
So you both also probably would have noticed that you've never seen me wear this before.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, don't
Beautiful
worry.
new jewellery.
Alright.
Were you wanting to leave now then?
Yes. We need to stop off at the Brotherhood. Just
Should I arrange a carriage for us?
We've got some other people to inform. Perhaps you three should go and I'll gather everyone else.
Have I realised like I've made a big mistake here?
Have you?
Or did I just
I don't know if you have.
like that look that
If you have to ask.
Agatha!
I think I have.
But we can't be mad, she's grieving, her brain's all over the
Yeah.
place.
Like that look that you gave me.
But like, she already fucking knows anyway, so.
Yeah.
No mental gaming.
Perhaps you two could get everything ready, and I'll meet you all. To and I'll bring everyone else.
All right.
All right then. A carriage for the three of us then.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. We have Richard with us as well. He's waiting outside.
I'm sure he'll come with me. Probably.
All right.
I don't think he'd want anyone going off on their own, is all.
Yes, that sounds good.
All right. Shall we then?
Very well. You are sorting your own carriage, you said?
Yes.
Well then, you are certainly welcome to travel with us. Do we have a destination in mind?
Yes.
All right then. Let's be off.
A destination?
I look at Rosalind. I'm like, do I say?
You can tell Rosalind just is. There's just like panic, I think, behind her eyes. Rosalind's not helpful. I'm sorry.
I'll just for the time. Okay, I'm just gonna say like a nearby pub, just for the time being.
Ratcliffe pub.
Just a pub in Ratcliffe.
That's certainly an interesting destination. Not the ideal place for young ladies.
Yes. He knows of our friends in Ratcliffe. So it's, as peculiar as it may seem, it's not that it's something.
He is.
He
called on me in Ratcliffe before.
Then I'm not following. You're arranging a funeral at an inn.
No. No. But that's where everybody is at the moment.
Yes.
The body is nearby, and we have to take him with us, and, well, we just sort of thought that everybody would travel together once we'd got everything.
Ah,
So
procession through the streets. He's a well-known man?
he is a very loved man. And it's not so much a procession, more that the place that we're going would be rather hard to tell people to get to. It's nothing, it's not got any markers that anybody would know unless you've been there, unless you know to... Forgive me.
No, I understand now. Very well, I will have a carriage arranged to pick us up outside shortly.
Thank you.
And the one outside, the big man, he's with you?
Yes. We shall go and collect the others and meet you all there.
Very well. We'll be there as promptly as we are able.
All right. Thank you. And I'll give a nod to you, glance at you, and head out. To Richard.
You right?
There's been a bit of a change of plan. They're going to meet us another woman is coming. She's been hired to watch Rosalind. So they will go together, and we need to. Well, I need to go collect the others, and I assumed you wouldn't let me go alone, so.
Yeah, smarter than you look, eh?
Sometimes.
All right then, come on then.
It's not that far of a walk, is it? Or am I imagining that?
No, because you took a carriage, I think, before.
Oh, I did.
To Temple.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Mm-hmm. Cool. In you go, and off you trot.
Mm.
Well, I should change into something more suitable for the occasion.
We'll wait.
I'm sorry again for your loss. I shan't be long.
Thank you.
She leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm sure that she's out of Eve's earshot,
Mm-hmm.
just turn to Rosalind. Who is she?
I do not know fully, but what you saw last night, that was her.
At the...
I asked them to help. I was stupid. I thought that they could perhaps have the men arrested, but she was able to go there and do that. I think that she's why the Viscount is able to do what he can do.
So she's
something. I don't know. But she seems to know an awful lot about everything. This is why I didn't want to ask, but if I went alone, then I do not know what. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry.
just wait for her
Yeah.
to come back.
Okay. And then, yeah, not too long later, she does, dressed all in black, with a little black hat with a little veil-y thing over it and everything. She's looking very elaborately mournful. I trust this would be suitable.
Quite.
I believe the carriage should be waiting outside for us now.
Lovely. As we walk out to the carriage, I'm just going to grab your hand and give it a squeeze.
I'll squeeze it back.
And you'll get in silence.
Mm-hmm. You start making your way to Ratcliffe.
I'll get to the pub and
what's the name of this pub?
the Ratcliffe Tavern.
Nice. It's down at the docks.
Yeah. Start leading the way towards the
Yeah, I'll
masquerade.
follow. All right. And I'll let you lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank goodness it has not rained in a while. These streets must get awfully muddy.
Can I?
Yeah. I want to roll because Rosalind's actually never put anything together about the weather before, and I just want to roll something to see if something twigs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Insight, I guess. 19.
Also 19.
Oh,
But what are you rolling for? Because you know it hasn't rained.
No, insight on like,
On her.
am I
on her.
clocking that?
Whether that means anything
Whether that means
to her.
anything, or is it just?
An off
I'm just rolling
comment.
to see. You're rolling to like find out her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because she's giving me a weird vibe. So, like, the fact that she's saying it hasn't rained, maybe, does she know anything about why it's not raining?
That's just giving you a weird vibe. I have just told you that she like massacred some men.
Well, yeah, that.
It is a bit of a weird vibe.
What did you get?
19.
Sure. You realise it dawns on you for the first time you haven't seen it rain the entire time you've been here.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This one's not very smart.
And for you, you get the feeling that the way she's talking is more of a pretense. It's an act.
Okay. Alright.
She doesn't actually care about the weather and the rain and she's saying what a Regency governess should be saying.
Right,
That's
okay.
in the wrong place
Okay.
for a Regency young lady.
Suppose once we get to the masquerade, I'll just you can wait out here if you'd like. I won't be long. Okay. I just need
Perhaps
to
that would be better.
grab a couple things.
Yes.
Is this where you work, dear?
No.
My fiance is well aware that the proprietor here was kind to us in a time of need. They are friends.
Well, friendship is very important.
Head in, knock at the door, and assume that some man answers.
Mm-hmm.
Some man.
Some man. Make my way to Thomas's room, grab his clothes, the locket, and Evelina, and then make my way back out again.
Okay. As you head in, everyone else is all sort of getting prepared as well. People are sort of dressing in funerally clothes and stuff like that. It's sort of, word got around anyway that this was happening. And yeah, people have sort of deferred to you as the person who seemed closest to him at the end.
Do I see either Madam or one of the other workers?
Yes, Madam B is, of course, walking down the stairs.
Always. That's actually all she does. Get that cardio in.
And she's wearing this elaborate black silk dress. It's very 17th century. The bottom half is coming out.
Panniers.
Yeah, and she's got like multiple veils over. It's all very avant-garde. I don't know what that means. It's just a fancy word.
Weird, basically.
Yeah.
It's very gothic looking.
Nice.
Come here, my dear.
I'll give her a hug.
As best as you can around this elaborate clothing she's wearing.
I'm just quickly going to Duna's and then we'll meet you at the ash tree.
Of course, word is getting around the city. I believe there will be quite the turnout. You will be sorely missed by many people.
Thank you. We shan't be long.
Of course. I'll see you there.
Make my way back out.
Sure.
I'm just waiting.
You lead them through the streets to Duna's abode.
Yeah.
And as you get there, she's there, all sort of like 4.5 feet of her, whatever it is. You have to push through a bit of a crowd to get there. There's a lot of people, all in their Sunday best, and people sort of, I mean, there's 3 of you. People kind of part as you're coming through, and you get there, and there's this, there's a very large black horse with a cart. Not tied on, what's the word? Well, anyway, you know, attached to the horse, connected to the horse.
I'm pushing through so that I can be holding Agatha's hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not leaving her side.
And on the back of the cart is a wooden box with a sort of cloth draped over it.
Squeeze your hand.
And Duna looks up and catches your eyes.
Is he clean?
Yes.
Thank you. Give me 10-15 minutes. I'm just going to change his clothes.
Okay.
Do you want help or do you want to be alone with him? I'd like to be alone. I'll make sure nobody bothers you. Thank you.
This little 4-foot tall woman
Shrinking by the minute.
turns to the crowd and she's just sort of she steps up onto a crate that's outside. So she gets a little bit like, please, we'd like some space here. Off you go. Off you go.
Do they leave?
And they start to disperse and push back out onto the sort of main road.
I've like sort of jostled forward so I'm outside the door. And just I'll wait. And if anybody tries to approach, I'll.
Yep. So you're then left alone, just in this dead end alley. Just you, a horse, Duna, and your friends, and the casket.
Okay, I'll open up the lid. How is he looking?
So he's sort of dressed in the clothes that he was in, but they've been sort of tidied up a little, and the wound at his neck is wrapped with a large silk scarf, so you can't really see anything there.
Alright. I'll just
His eyes are closed, his skin is pale, and he's just laying there peacefully.
I'll slowly just take off the clothes he's currently wearing, put on his Sunday clothes. And I'm probably struggling a little bit because he's heavy, but I just make do. And once he's in his new clothes, I'll put the necklace around his neck.
Does she not want any help, dear?
She said she wished to be alone with him.
Very well.
And once he's fully done, I'll just quickly push his hair back on his head, a little kiss on the forehead, and then close the box back up again.
Duna's been sitting there on this little box, watching you the entire time, just quietly.
So my back's been turned for privacy. I'm just a little way away.
I suppose once the box is closed, I'll just look at her.
Letting go is important, but it may take time.
Thank you.
Well, he was a popular young man, it seems.
I think he had quite a few fans.
Well, I've heard you have plans for the boy. Shall we? gets down from this little box and moves over to the horse and sort of takes hold of its reins and sort of gives it a sort of... and starts to lead this horse out onto the main road.
Are you ready?
I'll take your hand. Give you a nod.
All right then.
Am I missing out on the march?
No.
Nobody's marching.
Where are you?
I've gone to the Brotherhood.
I know.
Okay.
That's not what I meant. Where are you? Where are you? Tell me.
So we will have obviously gone in, and I'm looking for, I guess it's only Jonathan and Lucas who are there.
Is Albert not there?
Oh yeah, Albert.
Albert's in and out, but yeah.
Forgot about him.
I guess he's there too, yeah. Three of them are just sort of sitting together with Oliver in the main room. There's a little fire going, they're keeping warm. Talia, where's everyone else?
In Ratcliffe. I said that I would come and get everyone who wanted to join for the funeral.
Of course, yes, we're all ready.
They don't know.
They
I
don't
didn't
know.
think they knew.
Whose funeral? Yeah.
Whose funeral?
Thomas.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Yes, well. The offer's there, not that you knew him or cared for him in any way, but...
No, of course, but... Yes, no, we'll all... Lucas?
I have a
Yes?
possible favour to ask of you. If you're willing to come, or if there's another way for you to do it.
Well, he was nice.
He was.
I'll try. I don't really have any clothes to wear.
I'm sure we can find some. I've found several around here.
Yes, but it's a bit morbid to wear dead men's clothes to a dead man's funeral.
I don't think people will mind what you wear.
Could I bring Oliver?
Of course. That thing that you can do to know what things are.
Mm-hmm.
How close do you have to be to some... How do you... Is it obvious when you're doing it?
Yes. I have to perform a ritual. It takes about 10 minutes.
Oh.
A lot of sitting down involved.
And there's no way of... I don't know, giving somebody else a way of doing that, or...
I mean, I could try teaching it to people, but they have to be...
She doesn't really have time for that.
She's also not a wizard, if you mean Rosalind. I can only really point Rosalind in the right directions. I can't teach her.
Yes.
We have different skills.
I didn't know if there was anything that you knew. Or
Has she found something?
she's wearing something that she wouldn't pick.
Well, I mean, if she gives it to me, then I can do nothing.
I'm afraid we're being watched, I think. So I'm not sure how easy that would be. But I just thought I'd ask.
Seems I'm not much help again then.
You've been plenty help. I'm sure seeing you outside will help her. And I'm sure she's missed Oliver a lot.
Okay, then I guess I'll see what I can find. Yes, we'll all get changed and join you shortly. Sit by the fire, Talia. Warm yourself. You don't look your best.
I'm going to go to my room
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think I'm going to change again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need to be in a dress anymore. So I will look around for anything that I have that might be vaguely suitable and like look through the other rooms as well.
Sure.
Yeah, and the thing that I wrote is in Evita, isn't it?
Evita.
Evita. Evelina.
Cry for me.
Fuck me. Evelina.
Yeah, so
Evita.
I missed your copy of Lolita.
Okay. Yeah. Evita. Yeah, and I guess I'll go wait for everyone. I'll check in on Harold.
Harold is make a medicine check.
Yeah, because I'm so good at those. Am I good at anything, to be honest?
No.
No.
Hitting things.
10.
10.
Slap bang in the middle.
He's breathing.
Slay.
Yeah. You're like that seems like a good thing.
Yeah. All right.
Thought occurs to you that maybe true love's kiss will wake him. I'm joking.
It does not.
Bring Diamond in.
Hey, I'm just dropping crumbs if that's where you want to pick up.
I'm going to sit next to him for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take his hand. I don't know how well you knew him, really. But I think he took care of you quite well while we were out. I'll say goodbye to him for you. So you better wake up soon because she's not got anyone else now. So just do something, please.
Make a persuasion check.
Imagine I get a nat 20.
This wakes him up.
I can't read. 9.
Cool.
And I'll place his hand back down and make sure he's comfortable. And I'll go and wait for everyone again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Eventually, well, not eventually, people gather around ready. Everyone's dressed in suitable dark clothing. Oliver's sort of just sniffing around everyone's feet, wondering what's going on.
I'll give him a pat.
Oh, I need a lead for him. Hold on. And yeah, Lucas darts off, comes back with a sort of one of those classic chokery sort of ones that goes around and just metal lead, blah blah blah, chains. Okay. Jonathan gives him a little squeeze on the shoulder, and Albert gives him a pat on the back. You can do this.
I'm going to take his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And give him a nod. And then, if he's coming too, we'll to the lift.
Sure, yeah, you all get into the lift. It starts to go up. Lucas starts to breathe. Breathes more.
I'm going to keep hold of his hand. Lucas?
Go on then.
Fuck. I'm going to take the hand that I'm holding and I'm going to put it to my chest.
Ooh. He's not there.
And I'm just going to tell him to breathe with me.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if he does that.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck. That was so almost an 18. 6.
6. Okay. I'll go back to what I was doing then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help. By the time you reach the top, he's crumpled into a ball on the floor, having a panic attack.
I'm just going to hold him.
Mm-hmm. He got a natural 1.
Oh.
I'm going to tell everybody else. We've got to the top. I'm going to tell everyone else to leave. To, wait.
As the doors open up to reveal the inside of the house, Lucas sort of looks out and just sort of screams and tries to push himself further back, and he's seeing something that isn't there.
You're okay. You don't have to come.
There's so much blood, 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 make the blood
Hey.
go away. There's so much blood. There's so much blood.
I know.
So much blood.
It's okay.
It's not okay, it's not okay, it's not okay. There's
Look
so
at
much
me.
blood, there's too much blood, there's too much blood.
I don't know what you're... I don't know how things are for you. And I don't know if telling you that it's not there is going to help. But I can promise that I'll keep you safe. And if you don't want to come, then that's okay. You've done a really big step. You got in the lift. Well, you came in.
He just scrunches his eyes up, crawls into the corner of the lift, and sort of goes catatonic in a way.
Okay. Now I'll tell everyone to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And to wait for me.
Perhaps you should go ahead now. I'm used to looking after him when he's like this. Just, I'll get him back to his room.
No. I'm not leaving him.
Surely you want to go to your...
And I will. But I'll make sure he's safe first.
And so that is why the horse is leaving without Talia there. As he pulls down this cart through the alleyways onto the main street, people start making way, and there's perhaps maybe even 200 people. Just various people that knew him well, all his friends from Ratcliffe, sailors, butchers, kids, single mothers.
I just stay right next to Agatha, holding her hand the whole time.
The residents of the Velvet Masquerade are sort of gathered around the front. And everyone's just sort of reaching out, holding each other's hands. And this procession sort of leads out of town towards this ash tree.
Did the people from the Velvet Masquerade join us when we passed the building?
No, they're there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just describing.
Yeah.
Madam B knows where the tree is.
Yeah,
because
I just thought, I would have sort of acknowledged them as much as eye contact, and that's it. Because I've obviously not seen them in a long time. But yeah, that's it. I'm not leaving it.
Okay. Yeah, and you make your way to this field, this ash tree. Talia, you are late, of course.
Yeah. I don't stay like super long with Lucas. I just like make sure that he's in his room and comfortable.
Yeah. As you arrive with the others, did you send them on ahead, or you just had them wait?
I just sort of had them wait because I knew I wasn't going to be too long.
So all of you arrived together in this.
Has Jonathan stayed behind?
Yes.
Good. Didn't want him there.
So in the carriages,
So it's just
you,
Albert.
Richard, and Albert. And as you're getting into Ratcliffe, you can see the sort of tail ends of this procession, and it's pretty obvious what it is. And from the height of the carriage, anyway, you can kind of see over the top. You can see what it is. So.
Can I see where these go though? Or are they like too far
In my
ahead?
head, we're like at the front.
Yeah.
With the cast.
Make a perception check. You don't get advantage on sight, do you? It's just
No.
sight, sounds, and
Yeah. 16.
you can. Yeah, maybe you can see that they're probably. You can definitely make out a group of people at the front that look like a group of people you know.
Yeah.
You might not be able to pick out the individuals.
No, but I'm like, that's my friends.
Yeah. And so you hop down from the carriage, I guess, and join the back of the procession.
Yeah. I'll try and like, I suppose everybody's sort of staying where they are. Nobody's like.
No one's racing to get to the front.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to sort of get ahead of people, you could.
I sort of want to do it, but like without disrupting anyone.
Yeah,
like
not pushing past. But
Yeah.
it's not a fast procession.
No, just like find my way to them.
Yeah. By the time we get to the ash tree, you have made your way to the front with the others.
Lucas tried to come.
He did.
He made it all the way up to the top.
I'm proud of him.
I'm assuming you're still holding her hand.
Yeah.
I'll take your other hand.
That might be difficult. I've got Evelina.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'll tuck it under my arm. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
you don't need to know. I'm just kind of looking to Richard and Madam to lead it.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, they're in charge.
Sure. This Horton. Horse and cart, which when they're together you just call it a hort. Obviously, everyone knows that.
Yeah, of course.
Regency slang.
Yeah. Where's my Horton cart? I mean, where's my horse and cart? Anyway, pulls up close to this tree. Richard climbs up onto the back, just stepping slightly beside the casket, and sort of holds his hands up in the air. Not that anyone was particularly talking it before, but there was a murmur, and the whole thing hushes down to silence, and all you can hear is just the shuffling of feet, wind in leaves and trees. Thank you everyone for coming. His voice sort of echoes out over this little field. Thomas had a lot of good friends. I see most of you are here today. This was not something we expected to have to do, but this is what life is like in Ratcliffe. It's what we're used to. And it's what we just get on with. But he loved you all, and you all loved him. And he had a good life. So, yeah, if anybody has anything they want to say to remember him by, maybe some kind words, or, you know, just, raise your hand, I suppose.
Hand goes up. God, I wrote this 3 months ago. I don't remember what's in it.
Oh no.
This is Thomas's fiancée. Now I know that some of you aren't gonna like hearing that, but it's true. Thomas was a taken man. She wants to say a few words first. And all eyes turn on you.
Christ. And in the biggest voice that I can muster. To dear Thomas, we may not have known each other very long, but I'm confident and honest when I say I loved you, and would have intended to stay with you regardless of circumstances and status. I'm not well versed in conversing with men, but you provided me comfort, care and humour of which I thought men might have been incapable of. You gave me reason not to fear certain thoughts or actions I imagined myself doing. I thank you deeply for that. I hope that you have been reunited with your parents and that there is enough chickens to eat multiple times a day. And your new residence is worth an infinite amount of horses.
Little murmurs of laughter ripple out among the crowd.
I'll meet you again someday. With my deepest, sincerest love. Your Agatha. And I just put that back into the book and put it onto the coffin.
As you get down, Zach steps up. Thomas was my best friend, and he was kind to me when nobody else was. He looked after me when no one else would, and protected me when no one else could. And he made me laugh. He always had the funniest things to say. Just a single word would send me into fits of laughter, and I don't think people knew him the way I knew him. He was quite the talker. And I'll miss him. And it's not fair. And one by one, people you don't know and people you do all stand and say something kind, reveal something new about Thomas that you didn't know before. His love of cranberry sauce.
Checks out, he does love meat.
That time he got in a fist fight outside a pub.
That's not very like
It's
him.
not very like him at all.
Just, it wasn't even his fight. He was just there. But he'd seen someone being shouted at, and he was trying to put a stop to it. The butcher talks about how Thomas was his favourite client.
His
And that
best customer.
He'll be closing down in the new year. A woman stands up.
Fucking Susan.
And she talks about how well she knew Thomas, but in a very cagey sort of way. Doesn't really reveal any details about him, just that she very much enjoyed his company. And that she's very sad to see him go. And finally, Madame Beatrice steps up. Thomas Fitz was like a son to me. I took him in, and I loved him very deeply. And if it was not for me, I feel like he would still be here today. I offer my apologies to all who knew him. I should have done better to keep him safe, and I am sorry. I am deeply, deeply sorry. If there was something I could do to bring him back, I would give whatever it took. But it is beyond me. And so all I have to say is that I am sorry. To everyone who has come here, you deserved better. None of us deserve to be here today. And Thomas should be keeping all of us company, and petty revenge does not solve any of these problems, but last night I thank you all for what occurred, and keeping your families safe. And in return, I have given you streets who are cleaner today, so that something like this will not happen again in the future. At least not as often. I tell you all now, you have the protection the best protection I can offer you. And I am sorry that it comes in bloodshed and violence, but that is just the way things are done here. I thank you all for welcoming me to this town. And again, I am sorry that your welcome has left us without a man who is one of the best of us. I'm sorry. He was the best of us. And she steps down.
As she goes to step down, I'm gonna, because I've been holding on to both of you, so I'll like put you so that you're holding hands, and I'm gonna go off my hand to get down.
Cool. She reaches out. Did you want to say something as well?
It's not your fault.
It's not, madam.
Go on, say it.
It is my fault.
No.
You have no idea the things I do in this town.
Madam,
It could be any one of our fault if we decide it.
you cannot blame yourself for the evils of evil men.
If it is your fault, then it's my fault too.
And mine.
And mine. I should have been there. I could have saved him if I was, and I wasn't. But that would do nobody any use. This day is not about any of us, or our faults, or our blames, or our feelings. This day is about the best man we knew. And he wouldn't want you to feel like that. You know he wouldn't.
You're sweet girls. Neither of you have spoken. Do you not want to? Perhaps something later, something privately.
I do not accept your apology because it is not your fault.
Neither.
Then you are all more foolish than you look. Richard, you should send everybody back now. Okay, everyone. Should all head back into town and we'll congregate in the bars. But let's keep it civil. Let's not drink too much. But Thomas deserved a little celebration, I think. So I'll be down at the Seagull. You guys go where you want.
Who's staying to, like, bury him? Or has he been buried today? Missed that.
No, he has not been buried yet. So then there's no hole either, because this was impromptu in a way.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, people sort of start naturally filming a sort of a line as they all pass the casket, and everyone sort of just... They either just put their hand on the casket. Some of the men kind of just give it a fud sort of thing. Flowers and mementos and little things are just dropped on this cart. A pile of sausages is growing and growing. Like multiple people have all put a single sausage down. And Richard just sort of stands there bemused. I get the I understand the principle, but it's a lot of sausages that just... What do I know? And those of the Velvet Masquerade stand by this horse and cart until the last of the people reach out, touch the casket, turn. There's still a few of these sort of ex-soldiers standing around, and they have shovels.
I'm going to take one of them.
Mm-hmm. And Richard sort of points out a space just next to another space of recently disturbed soil, and points to them like, just here. And everyone starts to dig. Lilith during this time has stood at a respectful sort of distance. I mean, she was in the crowd, but now the crowd's gone. She's just sort of standing aside, watching.
While everyone's digging, I'm just back with Agatha. I'm gonna leave her side.
I'll just dig until it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say anything, but I feel like there's a very quick, rapid emotion changes right now. Like, there are moments where I'm just crying, moments where I like have a little, just give myself a little laugh, and other moments where I look like I'm literally about to kill someone. And it literally just looks like that. Like, I don't know, like there's a switch just changing those emotions like every 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna stand with you for all of them.
Would you say she's not left alone at any moment?
Like, I will if she wants me to. I'm standing until I'm deferring completely to Agatha.
Yeah. You wouldn't know if I want you there or not. I'm just not saying anything. I'm not looking at anyone either.
Yeah.
You hear a voice in your head. There are ways to bring him back, you know.
Do I recognise that voice? As in someone that I met earlier?
Sure.
Yep. I completely ignore it. Because I already know that I could bring him back if I really wanted to, but no. Just gonna push it back. And if anything, that just like heightens all these emotions that I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, it's done. He's gently lowered into the ground, covered up.
I help at every point of that.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you're gently brought to stand in front by your friends.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, it is done. Thomas, I will miss you. You were always so good. Too good. And I am sorry again.
Thank you for loving my friend as she deserved to be loved.
I'm sorry. Harold sends his love. And Lucas tried to run. For a man of little words, you had quite an impact, actually.
This is not something that I say out loud, but I say it very, very clearly in my head. Kind like almost as if I was praying, but like it is directed to Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you find the ability, try and find Eloise. And that's it. Oh, and I love you. And that's all I say to him. I think I've said everything else.
Where do you all spend the night?
Also, before we leave, I'm going to pick a flower to put on Eloise's just while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
I defer to Agatha.
We'll go to the seagull. Richard's there.
I'm not sure if I will be permitted to stay, but I shall ask.
So you ask. I appreciate you'd like to spend time with your friends, but your reputation would supersede such things. And your fiancé will be home shortly. So perhaps best we find ourselves home for the evening.
I understand.
But I will give you time to say your goodbyes.
There's no way you could do what you did last night again.
I could.
When you disguised me.
Yes. Is that what you like to do?
If I am allowed, if that would make it alright.
Very well. And it's done.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I'll be keeping an eye on you. Don't get yourself into too much trouble.
I understand. I just want to be with them a little longer.
Come along then. And that's where we'll leave her.
Come back next week.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for crying with us and mourning with us. Morning.
Yeah, how apt.
Like, subscribe, follow. We're very grateful for you. And yeah.
I'm going to blow my nose now.
Sorry.